Alright, man. Listen, we here. It's been a while since we touched the studio, bro.
Yeah, we're back in the studio. That's a push.
Yeah, man.
Feel me?
But
Also, I didn't want to, let me just slap it, get out the way. Got new special guest as well. I'm not doing the full intro, I just want to
That's the
like,
shade.
big up my man.
I didn't know he was gonna wait for the whole thing.
Maybe. If I keep going back to what's over there. Yeah, I mean. But we got Maji, Malik in the back.
Donald,
Big
scanning
up.
people.
Yeah, man. He's holding down for the cameras as well. He's holding down for the visuals, but you know what I'm saying? He's also giving it 2 cents as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's, it's
When needed.
come on, full man them in the studio today. But yeah, Alpha Tells, we back. It's been a minute, and we're gonna make sure that, boy, man, them.
A lot's been happening, man.
A lot's been going on. It's been affecting everyone differently, innit?
Fam, mental health,
Fam.
BLM.
BLM.
I mean, the Prem is back,
Did
fam.
you man go
bare
to any
thing,
protests? You man go to any protests?
Nah,
No.
I wasn't trying to risk.
You went to one
Oh,
minute.
word.
Yeah, Parliament Square.
What was it like?
It was good. It was good. I was only there for half an hour. Though.
You weren't,
Word.
innit?
I went to which one did I go to?
Trafalgar.
Oh yeah, I believe it was Trafalgar Square. Yeah. No. U.S. Embassy. Yeah, I went to that one.
For me,
Hey, wait, I want to know, can someone give me clarity on what's going on with this whole Churchill thing? Because it was the British League, these, whatever, the racist dons that came together. They went to have a protest about, obviously, they didn't want no one to touch this
Yeah.
Churchill statue.
Yeah.
So I remember they said, all right, cool, we're going to do our protest of our own. I actually don't know the in and outs of it, though, but I just know that they went there.
But I think let's begin at the protest itself, and then we'll go into that, because that part's like more vandalism, and do you get me? That's another side of the protest. Do you feel me? Because I don't want, the main thing is that I don't want it to get lost, like the message of, all right, cool, this is what we're fighting for. I'm 100% for the fact that these statues shouldn't be up,
Yeah.
but do it the right way, innit? Like, in my opinion, like, everyone knows how I feel, innit? If we really want to do something, let's not ask these lot. Let's just do our own thing, innit?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna ask in the right way. Do not vandalism ain't gonna get you nowhere. They don't have to listen to us, bro. If we do not vandalism, they're not gonna listen to us. They're just gonna consistently just do other stuff. And yes, some we'll get there, innit? We'll get there. But let's start a protest. I went to a protest.
how was it? How was the view?
It was obviously diverse, which I was happy about.
What did you feel when did you feel like a sense of like communal pride, would you say?
It was 50-50. And I say that because even though it was diverse in that year, bro, there was a lot of people that, in my opinion, were just there to
For the
protest,
wrong reason.
period. Like,
Yeah. They
just-
have free time.
They would protest anyway if it was something else. They'll just be there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know them ones where you just feel
Serial
like,
protesters.
exactly. Where it was like, you probably don't feel exactly how I feel, but I hear that your presence probably does make some sort of difference. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like one of those ones where, all right, cool, you can shout, you can scream, stomp your feet, say his name, say her name and whatnot, but you don't feel how I feel. So it was kind of hard. It was 50-50 for me. It was 50-50 for me still.
For me, that's why I didn't really feel like, obviously deep down I wanted to go, but you know what I'm saying, being in the same place as people who are there for not the same reasons as you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when the media's portraying something, they're not gonna say, oh yeah, this black guy's here for this, and then this black guy's here. They're gonna say, nah, you're all here for the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like I saw, and on the media, fair enough, the media plays a massive part in what we see in it, but we just deep down know that there's still gonna be a handful of people that's there for the wrong reasons. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't physically have to be there to protest or to be an activist or to like share your point of view. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many things that you could do from wherever you are. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Down to the way you talk, bruv. Down to the way like you correct people when they're around you. Do you know what I'm saying? Your demeanor, like even at your workplace, how you informing people at your workplace, like, nah, this is what's happening. Or even just sharing how you feel. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I feel, had to like carry on like everything's fine. Like I hear you, like all the protests, Black Lives Matter and all that, but I'm fine. But we're not fine, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think a lot of people, me personally, like there was periods, especially during being locked down, you know what I'm saying, where you can't really go out and like do what you need to do, or even go through your social media to distract yourself because your whole TL was crowded of all these activist movements,
Yeah.
these videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Can't hide. There's nowhere to hide, bro.
Yeah, so like I think mentally it's been proper tough to cope. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of people have said that enough. Because like there's been times you're in your room and you like, fair enough, you want to make a difference, but you still want to break because you're tired, fam. You know what I'm saying? You've been black your whole life. Everything you see, you feel it because like, do you know what I'm saying, is you. Do you know what I'm saying? You know that could happen to you.
100%, bro.
But then you just want it to stop. But it's not stopping because it's
not
everywhere.
stopping.
Like
And
everywhere you look, it's there.
And you don't want it to stop at the same time. I think that's another thing because I've been suffering from that myself, bro. Like I've had to have conversations with my mum. Like I don't know how to feel. It's kind of weird. Like I don't know what to do sometimes because I want this to end, but I don't because it needs to change. How long is it going to change? I have so many questions
it's hard,
in it. Like
it's hard, especially for the people who like working as well, and you have to turn up to work or whatever type of work they do, and still
Act
keep
like
that
it's all
sanity and
cool,
act like
yeah.
it's
Exactly.
calm. But like,
Yeah, yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like for example, if someone like in your family does something wrong with you, like, God forbid, like a family member,
Yeah.
and you have to go into work and act like it's normal, you can't. That's essentially what's happening. Do you feel me? Like you're seeing your own kind of people treated the way they're getting treated. Get me? And everyone's like, oh, it's alright. And then that made me kind of realize, like, you know how everyone's saying, oh yeah, but it's not enough to not be racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yeah.
I never really understood that until recently. Like it's
Exactly.
it's 100% like it's true. You can't just say, oh, I'm not racist. That's not enough.
That's not enough,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like saying, I'm not a murderer. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
You
what
have
do
to,
you think of murder?
yeah,
I
like,
wanna know that.
I'm not a murderer. No one's saying you're a murderer, but murdering is wrong.
will you
And
murder?
and your voice, you speaking up, will help raise awareness that is wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? You just being quiet and saying, "No, but I'm not a murderer." Yeah, it's not about you being a murderer. We're not talking about you being. We're talking about the actual murder, like the thing murder. In this case, we're talking about racism.
Condemning murderers.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So like, it's definitely like not enough to just say I'm not racist. And like every like organization, every brand, every corporation that has stayed silent, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
During this period, it's more or less, I won't say condoning it, but you're more or less saying I'm not racist.
Yeah.
But that's not enough.
just not getting
You
involved.
feel me? Yeah, like
Yeah, but I feel like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, though. Because at the end of the day, there's still corporations that they're just going to do it for the sake of doing it. Cause
yeah,
they
yeah.
benefit for the business.
Yeah.
Two, it's just more of a thing was like, fam, well, of course, like we got black employees or people of minorities, so yeah, we're gonna jump in. But the same way, it's like you're actually having companies that's also saying, I forgot the name of it. It's gonna come round to me, but they was like, fam, we're not gonna do anything. So obviously the initial person would be like, well, what do you mean you're not gonna do anything? But then I saw it a different way. It was like, okay, well, again, the name of the company is gonna come to me, but
Is it
was just
Target?
like, nah, I don't think
Because
so.
I heard the CEO said something when they burned down one of the Target branches, innit? He was like, we have enough money to build another one, innit?
Yeah.
If this one's gonna burn, let it burn for this reason, which I thought was like quite powerful.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
For someone to say. But then who was it? The CrossFit guy. Bare people was left CrossFit. You heard about that, innit? CrossFit. You know, like the
Who's the
cross.
He
CrossFit
said
guy?
something wild.
I forgot his name, but
That Matt guy.
created CrossFit.
Oh, he
No,
created.
not Matt. No, not Matt. He's a CrossFitter. But
Okay.
he's
No, he's the
CrossFit
the
is
CEO
the CEO of CrossFit. CrossFit is like a type of training they do. Like
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know,
yeah. So
What
the
did he- wait,
CEO.
what did the CEO say?
How did he create
he
CrossFit?
I think it was like on a private Zoom thing where he was saying something about George Floyd, saying, I don't think we should be mourning for him. I don't think the people should be mourning for him. And as a company, we're definitely not going to be mourning for him. But obviously, he said that on the
Ridiculous.
on the private Zoom call, wasn't
On a
it?
personal thing.
Yeah.
And not business.
And
What
now
else? But why? Like, what was his why? Like, okay, we
that's
should
just his
vote
point
for
of
him,
view, innit?
but That's just that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they have all right to.
I
to
forgot.
get
I
onto
forgot
it.
the full ins and outs of the story, but essentially, like they found out that this is what he said on a private Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
And then, like, bare of the people that the company endorses, everyone, like, a lot of people is cut ties with that company. You know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
Because you're like, essentially, the message you're sending out is again, we condone it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, that
or,
was-
or we're not against it.
But just the plain opposite, like Black lives don't matter. It don't, like, do you know what I'm saying? That's what man's basically saying. He's saying, don't matter, like, why are we mourning for this guy?
Yeah,
Who's this guy?
the exact quote was, we're not mourning for George Floyd.
Yeah.
Well, not more.
So
But
for
that's the thing. But Donnie didn't even say why. Like, because me, I can easily jump to conclusions. But once there's no why, I was like, okay, well then I already know this.
Some
Like, it's just
situations don't
pure
need
hate.
a why, though.
No, sometimes we do.
why
The
would
older,
That
the
needs a
older I
white
get,
still.
the older I get, yeah, it gets
In
you
this
want to understand
situation-
more. Because it's always a message. Because I can
Okay,
imagine Al Sharpton
but
saying,
what could be a reason why
I don't
not
know,
to mourn?
but I know that say like if someone like Al Sharpton was to be like, look, I'm not gonna mourn him. Automatically, I know the average Twitter user will be like, well, okay, cool. We'll
If you
come
said-
for Al Sharpton, no, but then if he gave me a why, because I know that Al Sharpton's got knowledge behind it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
It's
I
always
feel
context.
I feel you can't say that. Okay, I kind of agree. You can't say that without following up with something.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying.
gotta
Back
say
it up.
something.
So what's
You know
your
what I'm
why?
saying? But you, not why. Like
No,
I'm
it's more
not
like a
gonna
why.
mourn. I'm because I'm angry, or I'm not gonna mourn because I'm gonna do this. Do you feel me? As in, I'm not gonna sit around and feel sad. I'm gonna do something to change
Exactly.
the situation.
Yeah, but
But
then
normally
say
that's
that, then
normally
innit,
your
man?
why.
But you know what I'm saying? To
You know
say
what
that,
I'm
you
saying?
can't
Like,
just
But
say
if he
it.
ain't saying shit, then it's
If
like,
he's saying
then-
nothing, if he's just literally just saying, I'm not gonna mourn, like we're not doing that.
And for the fact for it to be on a private Zoom call,
Think about it. These
That's ended up
these
coming up.
companies want to keep the black money, you know, bro. Like the amount of companies that we use on a daily basis, like it's crazy. So people, you're right, bro. People are just gonna post it just to, oh, we posted this and we're saying this,
then-
just to make sure you lot keep coming there, innit?
Yeah,
'Cause
it was funny though.
it
that
keeps
goes-
us up.
That goes back to that conversation because then that company was like, I'm not going to do it because I feel like there's just too much heat around the atmosphere right now. So they was just like, bro, we're just going to leave
Wait.
it to it. Yeah, when the rest
Till
of
it die down.
That's what I'm saying. So originally, I'm thinking, well, you know what? I appreciate more honesty because at least you're not trying to fake it. I get that. But it's also like, because this statement came from ethnic minority in the group, innit? With the company, and then obviously this is what she said. But it was just more of a thing where it was like, so we're not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I kind of hear two sides because I'm like, okay, well, in the same way you don't want to obviously engage in this because there's too much heat. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's like celebrity endorsements. Everyone's going to football players and companies like, yeah, they should be issuing like, I want to hear their side, but it really is like, fam, should we care what Ja Rule says, bruv? I don't owe these men, and these men don't owe me nothing. But because, oh yeah, we have a status for them, and because we follow them on social media, we should follow them and actually hear their words.
It's
We're not
not-
going to come for everybody that's the same thing. I
I
won't
know,
care.
but what I'm saying is not the fact of who's saying it. You feel me? It's what they're saying. So, fam, Barack
Do you think
Obama could come out and say ban BL like Black Lives Matter or ease against racism or whatever
Yeah.
he could say.
Yeah.
We shouldn't. That's the thing about him. We shouldn't judge them or judge the topic based on who said it.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It should be what they're saying.
Yeah.
And again, when you mentioned something about, we're not going to do nothing, I had a change of thought because I had some time to obviously think on what I said before. Last time we spoke about, I was like, bruv, let's just all go back to where we come from. You get me? But then I was thinking, yeah, that could work. But then at the same time, is that not the same as basically running away from the issue? Because we can all leave, but racism will still exist. You feel me? And then at the end of the day, we don't know how bad it could get. It could turn into like a war between two countries. You feel me? We're just fighting. We're not fighting on a like a human level or like a neighbor level. We're fighting like on a country
No, but
level.
America is in
You
a
feel
race
me?
war.
100%.
They're in a race war, right?
So and I feel, yeah, we should embrace where we come from, yeah. But getting up and leaving, as hard as it would be, and as it's hard and easy at the same time because it depends how you feel about it. Depends if you have no setup back home, like you ain't got no family structure, nothing. It's gonna be hard to do that. But then the people who do have ties, they're thinking, wait, why are we like suffering? Why are we experiencing all of this? Do you know what I'm saying? Our own will. We should just get up and go. But then, what about the people that can't do that? That have to stay, that have to fight. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, on an honest level, yeah, do you think that racism will ever be finished?
Yeah.
You do think racism
Yeah.
will ever
What?
be finished?
I think it will.
In our lifetime.
Not in our
it's-
lifetime.
Okay.
no,
Okay.
I don't believe it's ever going to be finished. And this is
Actually, no, yeah.
This is the
do you know-
reason why. This is
to the level it is now because racism's always existed before even black people were getting
It's always
targeted.
going to
It's
exist.
been from before. Do you feel me? Like way back. Like there's racism between the same people
Colorism.
and just two different tribes.
Yeah.
Even like when you
all
even
different
like
shades.
you feel me. So I think to that extent it will, but that there hasn't been like. And then again, even like, I don't know, like I'm Christian, innit? So obviously Bible stories and stuff, like
Yeah.
even back when like the Egyptians versus the Jews, you feel me? That's even started today, and the war in like Palestine and Israel and all that, yeah. So it's racism always has a factor play, but it's hard. Like I don't know. Can you say it's gonna be eradicated? I
I
don't know.
believe it's never going to be eradicated. And I feel like it's like, all right, cool. If we move back home, and we start building up back home, and we push for that instead of trying to fight this war. We're fighting a war that we've always been losing, bro. We've always been losing.
We're
It's
losing it
like-
because we're not fighting on
it's
our
like-
terms.
It's like I was saying to myself earlier, yeah, like we didn't choose to be like this. You see how everyone will be like, oh, why is black people so angry, or why they're so aggressive, why they're so loud, why they're so flashy, why they like this, why they like that. Nigga, you chose us to be like this. You treated us the way
you created that.
you created this monster, bro. You've always been jealous of us. You've always thought of us in a certain way. You've always didn't like us
Flipping
for reasons that
Captain
were
America,
whatever.
Super
you feel
Soldier
me?
Serum, bro. Was he not just trying to be a black guy? He was
You
trying
know
to
what
get
I'm
black.
saying?
Again, what did you say, sorry?
Captain America, fam. The Super Soldier Serum, bro. Man, I was just trying to get a bit quicker, jump a bit higher.
Do you get me?
Punch
He
a bit
was
harder.
just trying to be black.
He's just trying to be black.
You chose us to be like this,
You feel me?
and we're not gonna be apologizing or anything. You chose this for us,
100%, bro.
and now you want to be like us, dress like us, use our shit, do everything like us.
That goes back to the point. There's not enough to say I'm not racist. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, we have our culture is probably the most embraced, but then the most hated at the same
hated.
time.
And the people are the most
They
hated.
don't hate our culture. They hate our. They don't. They embrace our culture, but when it's our struggle, they don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
I know, but we're not even talking about the people not trying to be involved. We're talking about the people that's oppressing us.
Even the people that
It's the
oppress
same
us
thing.
like our
It's
culture.
the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. So they hate us, but they like us at our culture at the same time. So I'm thinking, bro, like, what is it? If you're gonna hate us all. You feel me?
But that's what I'm saying, man. Dip. What do you mean?
But you know why? Because the hate comes from envy. Hate
Yeah,
comes
it
from
originated
envy.
from them wanting
Yeah.
something that we already had.
And they're having a struggle within themselves because they hate us because they want to kind of have our attributes, but then at the same time they don't like us.
Yeah.
So,
Bruv, apart from like Vikings and them, and I don't know like any kind of white heritage from,
You don't
Yeah.
know white heritage.
like a rich history of white. Apart from Tudors from.
Other than anything negative, though, bro.
Europeans have history. Germans have culture. Swedish people have culture.
But always tied down to Scandinavia.
But Scandinavian culture, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And
But
then-
does that
And they come from the people from the Caucasus Mountains, which are Caucasians, and then it directs all the way down to Scandinavia.
Also, is that why they actually call them Caucasians?
Yeah, Caucasus Mountains people.
No way.
Didn't know that still.
Yeah. yeah.
Because I always wondered, I was thinking, even when I was young, I was thinking, what is this word Caucasians? Are they like Southern Americans or something? And it was like, no, that's another polite way of saying white people.
Basically.
I was thinking, okay, cool. But I just never knew why.
I didn't
Okay.
care why.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to me,
okay,
so I
right.
don't really care, fam.
But
But I think that goes back down to you know, like the diversity in the protest, the diversity in the outrage. That's something that everyone's kind of looking at because it's true. People are using our stuff and loving our culture, but then hating us. It's like, okay, where's the people that love us then? Like, where's all those people that
Yeah,
want to
you
wear our
wanna go
dresses
to
and
concerts.
that?
they're scared to stand up for us. They're scared to stand because you know when you're young and you're in the classroom, and then like the person you're cool with, everyone's picking on him. Most of the people ain't gonna stick up for that guy. They're gonna either be quiet or join in.
Or
That's how you
join in.
find out who
Those
your
are the
true.
only two options they got,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how you find out who your true friends are. You feel me?
Backing the person that's getting bullied, they don't want to do that, bro.
Fam, because they're gonna get bullied, or
Yeah.
everyone wants to be liked. You feel me? And then maybe, for example, like back in the day as well, when like maybe the black girls used to get like made fun of, or like they would laugh at their hair or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you get older, you're thinking, raw, like they're the ones whose hair's all drying out on that. You get me?
Exactly.
Whilst our hair's staying stronger for longer.
Exactly. Moist, all of that.
And now they're trying to create all these products,
That make their shit like our shit.
You feel me? But when we was back in the day,
Back in
younger,
the day,
it
it
was,
was-
You don't want to,
yeah, no one was trying to stand up for us back then.
Facts, bro.
So now
Facts.
we're thinking, wait. Like, and the thing is, they still haven't apologized, bruv. Like, fam,
It's like us realizing
They're
we had the
Bro.
shit. It was us.
their
We were
reparations.
the joints, bro.
Hey, till this day, black people ain't got their reparations, fam.
Of course not.
Till this day,
They
like,
don't want to give it to us.
Jews got it, flipping, fam, bare races got it, Irish people got it, bare races got it, yeah. Where's ours, fam? Do you know why? Because it's not over yet.
It ain't done.
It's not
They're
over.
not done with us, bro.
You get me?
And it's crazy because I was thinking about this analogy, yeah? Like, think about it. They used us for whatever they used us for to make this and pick up this and whatnot. And then now, And then they went to a point where they used us for comedy. They used us for entertainment. They used us for trying out their sports and that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
And
the
now-
only place. That's the only time in America, especially in America, even in the media. That's when they praise the black person.
Only time.
Whether it's in entertainment or sports.
That's it.
And then
It's
our
just a
people are getting
shot.
pushed down that route. Do you get me? It's either
Yeah,
entertainment
go do that.
or sports, music or NBA or NFL. You get me? You're not getting pushed down the education route because that's not built for us.
But you know what's mad? The older I've gotten, I kind of seen it in a way where it's like, you remember the Mandigo fights? So back in even there was a scene in Django Unchained where the Mandigos, they were praised, but only because they had to kill one another, innit? For the slave masters. It's a mad thought, yeah, but I will lie to you. Nowadays, I kind of see it in a way where it's like they still see the athletes and whatnot in the entertainment industry.
Because they were breeded that way.
Not only that, but I'm saying it in terms of like you're kind of fed in a way where you know you do good, we're gonna praise you well, and you know once you do what you got to do, all we're gonna know you for is your talent. So when I say that someone like LeBron James, Kaepernick, they're now changing the status quo. They now know we're more than just as you per se, sharp and dribbles. Like we'll do more than that. But the funny thing is that they don't want to hear that. And as much as you might seem as if like, yeah, you know what, black people get accepted now, the Magic Johnsons and LeBrons and Jordans and all that, the reality is they only want to see your attributions. They don't want to hear your thoughts. Because prime example of today, I think Joshua, when he was talking about how we need to start putting our money to Anthony Joshua, when he was talking about we need to start putting more of our money to black businesses. Bro, it showed the realness in everybody. Like, oh, just when we thought that, you know, we loved you as a man, not as a black guy, but we was rooting for you. And now you're saying shit like that. Like, you know, just the fact of, it just shows where your ignorance and just uneducated mindset is. For you to even still say that, oh, well, why would he say that? Like, we should be pumping money to all businesses. I'm like, bro, look, open your eyes and look around.
It's not even about...
See what he's really trying to say.
It's not even about just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of athletes have the means.
No, but deep
You feel me?
the fact that you know someone like Joshua, he spoke his mind. Now, a lot of athletes to this day, we all know that a lot of us like to hear from them, but then also they think about their career sake. The fact that he just said those simple words, for them to already have an outcry, it's like, well, why would he say that? I'm like, fam, if we're arguing about why he said that, you're clearly showing why. You're clearly showing why there's a problem. The fact that he's more than a boxer, he spoke his mind. You lot talk about, oh, Muhammad Ali's the greatest. It's because he spoke his mind.
That was a poem, by the way.
Gee, he spoke his mind.
He was the greatest. I am the greatest. The poem.
No. What AJ said, those weren't his words.
100%. Yeah, no one. Yeah, 100%
It
of
wasn't
his words. Yeah.
Oh, what the media put out there.
Someone's like,
but
you heard
what
me.
he was reading, it wasn't his.
Also, he was actually re-quoting it.
Yeah.
Because from what I got in the media, it was just more like he was speaking his mind towards it.
I mean,
He added obviously his thoughts, but
Yeah.
there was a speech, there was a segment of it
speech,
where he said the speech, and then obviously he added his own side and that, But then my thing is like, fair enough, all these athletes and stuff, like a lot of you have the means, you know what I'm saying? And again, I don't want to go back to like telling you how to spend your own money, you know what I'm saying? But like, fam, at the end of the day, soldiers fight with the tools they have, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like a soldier ain't gonna just be all talk and no action. You get me? Like so it's a fight for death. Yeah, man's got a gun in his holster and he's just bare talking, bruv. Use it, fam. You man got financial gain. You feel me?
Yeah.
You can use it, bruv. Like fam, the things that, and that's why when you speak about these like great people, like you got Muhammad Ali was different, fam. Like as a person, I don't want no one to compare any athlete to Muhammad Ali, fam. As a person, no one was willing to give up as much as Muhammad Ali, fam. As much as LeBron James, great, you're building a school, blah blah blah, but no one's
But where is he building that school?
no one's coming against you to build a school.
No,
and
but with him, Ali was a different time.
it was,
during the civil rights movement.
100%.
So,
You know what I'm saying? But like, fam, the amount of sacrifice he's done,
without question.
you feel me, fam?
Without question.
Like man gave up his Olympic medal, like bare stuff. Like he went to prison, bro. He went for how many? I think it was like
I don't even know.
he went to prison for a minute.
Yeah, for
You
saying
feel
no
me?
to none.
Yeah.
And like all for speaking your mind, not even for like actually just for
the law.
speaking your mind. You get me? And the reason they found him so dangerous is because when he spoke, a lot of people listened. You feel me?
So
We ain't got enough
the
people right now.
influence is deep, bro.
We ain't got enough people right now because we got too many rappers speaking about cars, monies, women. Do you get me? Like, Yeah,
and then
but
the occasional sprinkle of but just make sure
I
you
made
don't
it
ain't racist and that.
from the streets. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
But you know why I think that is because this generation and the generation before us, I feel like those were the first kind of people after the initial civil rights movement. So though we kind of are disregarding the immediate, like those people back in those days that was facing immediate, blatant, like discrimination, racism, segregation. But here it's still segregated now, but at the same time,
Some people
it's a bit more diluted. It's a bit more institutionalized and stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah, it's very shallow. It's not like as what it was beforehand. And it's like we kind of.
Yeah.
That's
The
why I feel like
effects-
we
the
kind of feel
effects-
like
and it's easier to
the,
forget.
the
It's
effects
easier-
it's become more systematic. You feel me? Because back then the police will outright call you the N word.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
and they're
arrest you.
hosing you, and
Yeah.
they're getting dogs to bite. Even
Bro.
though there's police brutality now,
Yeah.
it's literally
But now,
As soon as-
bro, now the police can like it's systematic, fam. Even if you get caught, you catch a case, yeah. Bro, the chances of you winning that trial, yeah, is low, fam.
Yeah.
Unless you got a banging lawyer who knows the thing inside out.
Yeah.
It's not a fair trial, bruv. Like we ain't giving we're guilty
It's
till
not.
proven innocent
That's
when the
just
law
systematic racism
is
there.
innocent until proven guilty. You feel me? But it's not like that for us.
It
You
comes
feel
with
me?
it. It comes with
Bruv,
it.
even when you had your little rant about the police on the
Yeah,
whole and how
exactly.
what they're founded on, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like
It's a-
they're
it's a-
founded on different morals than we think.
it's a KKK hit squad, man.
Fam,
what
they're
I'm
founded
saying,
on
bro.
if
It began-
Hitler
It's the
one
biggest gang
person
in the
yeah,
world.
if Hitler was powerful enough to have his own police, yeah, why ain't the whole white people powerful enough to have their own police? With
Yeah.
them, bruv, Hitler's one person. He had his own police that was hunting down his own people just because they didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes and stuff. Yeah, he's one person, bro.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about a whole government,
Yeah,
a whole race.
yeah.
That and we're thinking, nah, the police is. Yeah,
But we can
protect
separate
and
the
serve.
police thing, man.
Well, come on, bruv. Like you have to open your eyes and like, bro.
Yeah.
This has been happening for decades, man. It's been
For
happening
time, bro.
since. We're talking names like Muhammad Ali.
Before that, bro.
all of
Before that,
It's been
fam.
happening
And
since
even
then.
what's the date today? When was that Juneteenth? Was it on the 17th? Was it
19th.
19th?
You know,
Yeah.
only just yesterday I actually
150
only understood
years.
what that meant.
Pardon me, bro.
150.
Only just
I thought I was
yesterday.
the only
That's
nigga
why.
that
That's
know
why
that
when
shit,
you
bro.
asked me, do you think racism will ever go away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said yes quickly because
yeah.
at the same time it's only been 150 years since
I do
slavery
agree.
was
I feel
was
like that.
legally abolished.
Yeah, but
But
then
That's,
what makes
that's
it any different?
legally,
Huh?
Munchie.
Okay,
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
but
no.
150 years, bro, that is nearly someone's lifetime. That's a
That is
lifetime and a half.
bro. That's a lifetime.
You feel me?
True, bro.
So
and-
what are you trying
But
to
it's
say?
still
Huh?
happening.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say it's definitely going to improve. There's always going to be like from now, and I think the reason why this year has been like so intense, yeah, is because so much things is getting revealed to us. You get me about the world we live in. A lot of people is living in ignorance and being naive. You
I
feel
do.
me?
Huge.
Compare
Like-
this to, I do think racism is going to improve the way over the last decade or so gay people, LGBT community have been more embraced in just general society.
But there's gonna still be people
There's
out
gonna
there,
be-
100%,
there's
always.
always gonna
Yeah,
'cause
it's always gonna be that,
There's
bro.
Always
people
gonna be
as
prejudice.
as long as the devil exists, there's
Yeah.
gonna be evil in this
No,
world.
there's
You
always
feel
going to
me?
be prejudice, but I think everyone's... to
It's
be fair,
reducing.
Everyone's going to be mixed race.
Fam?
Soon...
Wait, what?
In a few generations...
Listen to what he's gonna
Wait,
say.
whoa.
No, listen to what he's gonna say. Listen to what he's gonna say.
Not every single
Not my
person.
children.
You're gonna hate that woman, no.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not gonna be a pure race thing out there in the
Yeah.
next couple 50
No,
years.
but
100 years.
are you
There's
saying that as a fact of that's what needs to happen?
No, I'm
No,
saying that
okay.
eventually...
I know what you're saying.
Eventually, the human race, there's going to be, like... Everyone's going to have some type of...
Mixture.
You go on ancestry.com, you're gonna find something in it. So you're gonna find a mix.
Oh,
of
so
something.
eventually, yeah, no, I know what you're saying
Somebody's
still.
gonna have some type of ethnic or Caucasian in them.
Why'd you
That's
say
what I'm
that? What? That's been happening.
No, it's not. It has.
No, it has.
But not like.
It has.
Literally, go outside now. London from today, which we obviously
Yeah.
know is multicultural compared to the 60s. Just look at the difference now, and that's in the space of 40
I
years.
know, but
No, but think
London
about
is secluded, bro.
No, think about it like this now. So, not even just London,
It's
but
just
everywhere we
immigration.
go, you just have to see it from generation after generation.
Are you saying?
I'm saying that just due to
Maybe
like,
I'll
just
copy you,
immigration,
Jason.
people moving in different places, people coming from one place to another, just mixing cultures, but eventually more and more people are going to be mixed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
And it's
that
going to be
everyone-
spread out more.
Yeah,
Fam,
Of
look at the
course.
amount of interracial relationships we see now
That's what I'm
compared to
saying.
even then.
that's what I'm saying.
It's the fact. Like everywhere you go, in the generation we live in now, even
But at the
youngest that we
same
see now-
time,
no, but think
yeah.
about it. The youngest that we even see now fam, most of them are interracial relationships, and it doesn't mean a thing to them because everybody speaks their mind.
I hear what
now.
you're saying. I hear what you're
Everybody's on
saying.
the
I hear what you're saying. But
embrace
that's only going to happen to a certain extent.
No, don't get me
because
wrong. Yeah.
because as far as religion, as far as cultures, because there's 100% going to be. You tell me that Albanians are going to start mixing with black people. They're women.
There'll be a certain percentage.
There
won't
will,
be
yeah,
like that.
it's hardly going to happen, bro.
No, it will be a certain percentage.
It's hardly going to happen. Do you know
Okay.
what? It happens now on a very low number.
Exactly,
low count.
that's what I'm saying.
But culturally, that's what I'm saying.
Culturally,
we're
no.
not gonna disregard because there's been cultures that exist
No,
till this day. That's
you're right.
been around
You're right,
for
yeah.
centuries, for hundreds and decades. You feel me? And bro, it's sacred, bro. Like, fam, these monks be like, they ain't gonna change their lifestyle just
No,
to.
some
just
people
to-
won't mix. Don't get me
100%.
wrong.
That's
But
what
bro,
I said.
everything
That's what I
changes
said.
though.
It might happen, but to a certain extent, you feel me? We're not gonna all lose our way and start.
Let me clarify. More in the epicenter of the world. So like the Tokyos, Londons, Paris.
I can't
New
imagine going to
Yorks.
Tokyo seeing black.
No, but I'm just saying like
Not yet, though.
they're gonna be more.
That's in your lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in your
I
lifetime.
hear that.
you're
I'm
not
just
see
saying,
that.
like, go there
But
now.
in hundreds of
Bro,
years.
you
bro.
go
in
you
a
go China on
generation,
holidays, see how many of
when
them
you-
just staring at you because they ain't seen a black person.
When
But
we
that's
got grandkids.
now, fam.
I know.
In the 40s, do you think some people was thinking that certain cities were going to be seeing black people, fam? Do you know what I'm saying?
So are you saying racism is going to reduce because of this?
I'm saying
I
people,
believe so.
Yeah, and as a result of people being more familiar with other people's
Ain't that the
cultures.
natural result of just being more accepting?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's just
essentially,
the
but
natural-
everyone's born different, innit? Like, because racism isn't something that
You're born
like
with.
you're born with. This is something that's taught in it. So naturally, some children will be rebellious. Like for example, if there was a child that grew up in a household where their parents were racist, but they were like, bro, what's wrong with you lot, bro?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these guys?
But
Like,
what
they're
needs to
fine.
what needs to happen for that to occur?
More
What do you
children,
think?
bro.
That's what
Like
I'm saying,
generation
bro.
time,
That's what I'm
basically.
saying.
Time is the only answer.
I say time because we see time now. Like there was still rebellious people then who were still taking marches. Even with Charlottesville and whatnot in the 50s, there were still whites there in the protest.
Yeah, they were
But
still there.
the fact is that we're in a generation where a lot more is accepted. Do you think there'll be days where we'll have LGBTQ parades? No, but we're in a generation now where everything's more accepted. Everybody's more in a situation now where it's multicultural.
But
So
really and truly, I think we're all on the same line in the sense that we all agree that racism will get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't finish.
It won't
you know,
finish.
And one
Yeah.
of the main reasons I feel like people, what we're seeing now is this fear of cancel culture. So
The what?
these cancel culture. So these
Cancel.
these people that are racist are being called out on social media and losing their job and losing their livelihood. So that is gonna even if you do have those feelings in your heart, you're gonna be deterred from actually expressing it.
100.
Because you're gonna lose your livelihood, you're gonna lose your job, and you're gonna be ridiculed for it.
I believe
Whereas back in the day, you wasn't.
Until the system changes.
No. I'm talking about people's mindset.
I know,
Institutional
but
racism,
I'm no.
that's
But
different.
I'm saying
That's
until the system changes to support that, yeah. Because if the system is still on their side,
yeah.
whether or not they're gonna lose their job, they're gonna still find a sense of support from somewhere. You
Oh,
feel
yeah,
me? Because that community still exists.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But not in
But-
every industry though.
100%. But I'm saying until the system is changed, yeah, or begins to change, that's when you're gonna see, because everyone, like humans, our natural instinct to fight back. You feel me? If someone doesn't agree with you, you're gonna fight for your thing, and a lot of people are fighting for the wrong thing. So racism is one of them. There's a lot of people that they believe so much. Like, fam, there's nothing wrong to be like a patriot. You get me? To feel passionate about your
But
country.
that's stained now.
But so like right now, when we talk about patriotism,
you
yeah,
see an American
or
flag,
someone's
what do you think?
patriarchal, we're thinking, oh, they're racist. But that's not what it means, bro.
It's not what it should. It's
That's
not what it should come to.
mean.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So now we're thinking, cool, a lot of the wrong people has taken this common idea and kind of twisted it and created a false conception.
I could argue that because these great nations that are the Western world in quotations, they are built by colonialism.
Yeah.
So which is basically racist.
Exactly, bro, exactly.
Any way you cut it, it's racist. That's
It
what
is.
genocide.
The
It's
system.
killing people.
That's what I'm talking
it's-
about, the system.
That's what I'm
But that's
saying.
existed not just amongst, it's part of human life, bro. It's part of like,
But if you
And that's
part of
unfortunate,
growing
fam,
up.
because we're literally like reaping the fuck situation. I don't even know what the word
It
is,
is,
but
no, it's-
we're in a fuck
It's just the evil in the
situation
world, bro.
from the beginning, like from the start, like
This
from
is just centuries and
there-
centuries
Evil in the
before
world,
us,
fam.
bro.
Because like, bro, like this happens within the same country, like same races, yeah, split into tribes. How many like tribal wars happen all the time? You feel me? And now like I've captured your tribe, but I'm treating you different because you're from a
this
different
tribe.
tribe, or I'm telling
Yeah.
my daughter not to marry your son because you feel me. It's always been happening, yeah. But that's what we're talking. That's when I start talking about like the actual system. The system is not. I'm not saying the system's built for white people,
Yeah.
but there's a system
No, it's-
in the world
it is built
that
for white
exists,
people. It
yeah.
is. It is built for and by them, bro.
Once it was
It's
built by
literally
them,
that.
it
It's
was
built by them, bro.
Why
It
did you
was
feel
built
like it's
by
built
them,
by
actually.
them?
Because it happened. They're not the only ones to do it.
That
No,
was,
no, no.
I was gonna bring this up as
Yeah, go
well
on.
because there's other nations and other
I'm not
creeds
saying
and
white
other-
people. I'm saying they're not the only ones
That built
yeah,
an empire.
to build an empire of someone else's downfall. That's why the other time I even tweeted, yeah,
It's true.
anyone making financial gain of BLM movement, yeah, they need to cut because you can't make a financial gain of someone else's downfall.
Yeah,
or someone.
exactly.
But then I start to think, bro, that's how companies become rich, bro. Like a lot of
Bro, it's
companies
capitalism,
naturally make a financial gain, yeah, in some sense
Mm.
of someone else's downfall,
Someone
bro.
has to
Like Apple, they have all these factories in China, wherever, yeah,
yeah, and people are
and
just
paying
like,
people 2 cents and
Where
stuff,
do
yeah.
your morals lie?
You feel me? So it's a very hard topic here, and racism is still part of this conversation. We're fighting so hard for it because it's directly affecting us, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's affecting us, and we feel on a different level.
Yeah.
So, fam, racism, genocide, rape, all of these are wrong. All of these. That's what I said before. Humans, our natural reaction is to fight, and we'll fight when we're being attacked. You feel me? Right now, we're being attacked, so our only option is to fight. We're fighting for race, bro. Marcus Rashford went to fight for the 2 million children,
Single
fam,
mothers.
against Fee. That's another powerful movement, bro.
Yeah.
That's another powerful movement, and we can put that on the same level as racism, bro. You feel me? But we're not necessarily because we're not the people starving. We're not gonna put on that same level. We're gonna just move with what resonates with us the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? So for me, racism is wrong and it always will be wrong. But it's still part of a system that's been designed by who? I don't know. Let's say the devil. You get me? To create human downfall. You feel me? That's why there's good and bad. That's why there's heaven and hell if you believe it. Yin and yang, whatever. You get
Yeah.
me? There's always a balance, and these two balances and forces are always going to be fighting against each other
Yeah.
until the one prevails. You feel me? So, and racism is part of that, fam. Racism is a force. Racism for me. Racism is not it's evil, fam. It's an evil device that's being used to like be the downfall of human beings, fam.
Yeah.
And if you're a Christian and you believe in like Adam and Eve and all of that, all these evil devices entered the world or entered human minds, should I say, when Adam and Eve bit the apple.
So when she brought that
You
up,
feel me? Because when you tell a child no,
why
the
you
child
like
wants
that?
it. The child's gonna be like, why no? Like it's natural now, but it's not. It wasn't meant to be that way. Like as human, God created us to just like hear and obey. Because once we do that, like good things are meant to come out of that. Because humans are like naturally curious, we can't just stick to instructions, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why we fight each other. That's why we like point fingers at each other. That's why racism exists, rape exists, all of that. Because like it's a constant battle, fam, between good and evil.
But that's why I do think when you said will racism ever go away, I do think it's going to be harder for racism because like you said, it's taught. So if you have a child and you're trying to teach him hate or teach her hate, 9 times out of 10 that child's going to go to a school that's very mixed. It's going to see examples of interracial couples or examples of they're going to have black friends or Asian friends and they're going to be like, Mum, what are you on about? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like,
They're,
it's
they're
in my
gonna
face.
probably have a best friend called Kwame, fam.
exactly.
And man's called Charlie.
it's
I remember in
impossible.
primary school, fam, I had a white best friend called David.
Everybody had a white
feel
best
me?
friend, fam.
Yeah.
But like,
my one
because
was
when you're
Gary.
young, it's true,
Big up,
you
big
don't
up Gary.
see,
Big up Gary. I
you don't
ain't seen you in
see
a minute.
colours and that.
Yeah.
You
Shout
feel
out
me?
Gary.
But
I
that's
ain't seen
but
you
that's
in a
what I
minute.
wanted to touch on, like because going through like the naivety that we probably had as youths, as 8, I'm talking 8, 6,
Yeah.
5, like them ages there, where we're feeling like everyone's here for us, and then for me it got to about secondary school where teachers will start treating us differently, or people will treat us differently on the bus, like when you're on like public transport and like you go to school, people are looking at you weird, and you're thinking why are you talking to me like this, or and then you start realizing stuff, and as you get older, you understand. Hold on a minute. they're treating me different because I'm black. And then you go back and you think, yeah, but I had best friends, I had this, I was talking to these people.
Like, where did it go wrong?
Where did it go wrong, fam? Like, what was I missing this whole time?
Yeah.
What, was it something that I didn't do to?
Exactly. And you're thinking,
Yeah.
and it's that type of thinking that you're thinking to yourself, like, nah, like, there's something wrong here.
But then it's also because we also came from kind of fortunate background now. Because I feel like, look, we came in the late 90s, you know. We was in a time where that's where the demographics started to mix. You know, this is where London really started to see different minorities start to really like evolve and grow the economy. So like when we was growing up in primary school and secondary, that was normal.
Why would you say we came from a more...
Because
I'm
fam,
playing devil's
there
advocate
was
here.
people,
I hear that.
there was people growing up in the South, fam.
Yeah.
And you grew up here at the age of, if you're saying from the age of 5, you've been hunted. No, okay, no, that's a bit young. Okay, but say 7, 8, yeah. Just literally even going to school, you have to
Like
go
that
through your
woman that
life.
was
I hear that, but wouldn't you say that we face the same opposition
No.
No,
I would say
differently?
I get what you're
On the
saying,
different
but
scales.
I would say our
100%.
fight, our generation's fight for
It's different.
racism is very different. Apart from, I would say, police brutality.
Yeah, but-
police brutality is exactly what it was.
Whether
now,
it's different
is-
or
is
it's,
now.
for me, a fight is a fight, bro.
No, it's a fight. But I'm saying we're trying to build economic wealth. Our generation are trying to build economic wealth. We're trying to actually build businesses and companies. Those people were fighting for basic human rights, bro.
for civil
For
rights, bro.
basic civil rights.
Trying to go to a toilet and that, trying to go to certain
You know-
stores.
Alright, cool.
Like
Yeah,
it's a different fight, but definitely, I
But
mean,
it's
it's the
still-
same
but it's
fight.
still-
Sorry,
How,
but it's a different system. Same opponent.
Alright, cool. So
Bitch
what,
ass niggas.
in the situation that we as a race find ourselves in,
Yeah.
and the way everything's moving,
Mm-hmm.
do you guys have an idea of certain things, that we as people can do to help this situation?
Yeah. So I
Not put the power in oppressors' hands
Mm-hmm.
to help us. Like, what can we, like, as long as we have breath in our bodies, what can we do?
The first thing I would say is treat each other the way we want to be treated, bro. I'm telling you, because every single time, and you man probably know about it, when you're walking on the street and then you
even said this.
you catch
one
the
of
black
our old
brother
sessions.
walking past you, and he might look at you
Screw
stern. You're
animosity.
thinking,
It's looking like it's beef already.
I'm only
Why?
looking to see if I recognize you, and then once I'm looking at you, you're looking at me wrong. That makes me want to look at you wrong, and then I deep, bro. I shouldn't be doing this, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But you didn't even know it, but subconsciously already institutionalized, you actually did not know.
Tell me about it, bro.
You just see that person already as like, you see them the same way any white person will see us walking down the road. And if we see ourselves like that, then we're the problem already, because we haven't educated ourselves to be like, listen, no matter how you feel, if I feel like that towards my own man, if I feel like that towards my own man, should I really be surprised if the next white person would feel the same way?
Fam, that hurts, man,
no,
bro.
you wouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
It hurts, man. Still,
If
I'll
you
be
feel the
honest.
same way, then you kind of be contradicting yourself if they see you the same way and you're like, well, what, because I'm black? I'm like, well, gee,
you know-
it starts within our own people.
Do you know how
Simple
sad
answer,
it is?
yeah.
Do you know how
Black,
sad
'cause
it
he
is,
black.
bro? Like to know that, because if you think about it as if it was a 15-year-old boy and two 15-year-old black boys, and they're probably looking at each other like, yeah, Banyu, fam, Banyu. Like, you guys just don't understand.
Me and this guy.
Yeah, you guys just don't understand that. You don't need to be together, bro. You guys have to be together. Together we're stronger.
Do you see that video on Twitter, and it was that black boy just getting moved. He's on the floor and Spirit just slapping his head. And he-
No.
You know, so he's like,
No.
what we doing, man? We're all black, we're brothers. Is
No,
that what
he
he said?
said it. He
Yeah.
said we
Vibes.
find that shit.
But like obviously, as funny as it could, it was like.
But we said that back in the day because it was funny. We didn't take it
I
serious.
know, but like on a serious level, bro.
It
We're
was real.
all black and we are all brothers.
All
You feel
brothers.
me? Like
The only time I remember doing that was black and whites on the playground in football.
yeah.
The only time we unionized.
Black and white.
Yeah, we used to play black and whites on the football.
But
Like,
we didn't
in
even play
places.
that.
They
Well,
didn't
there
want
wasn't- There wasn't enough white people, fam.
They didn't want
Oh,
it.
There was Africans
No, my-
versus Caribbeans. Cause
Oh no, my
Yeah. That was a Celtic secondary
and
school.
then the Albanians will come to the Africans.
Crystal Palace.
Because the Palace. Swear down.
Mm-mm-mm.
People think that's what you're doing over there.
Yeah, what? We had white people in the school, bro.
Oh, so you was doing, yeah, whites.
White
Never,
versus blacks.
No, but
segregation
that's,
from early.
that's not common though. Like,
I don't know. For me,
Yeah, it's not
the
common,
white
so-
boys in my school were already like kind of black-ish. So they
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, but you still
with
do
the
it
little
like
trims
in a
and
football
shit.
match or something.
In a
You feel me?
football-
Or like
yeah,
basketball.
just
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
it
yeah,
quick.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Not like in class. Hey, miss, the black guy.
Just divide this up.
Yeah.
Let's divvy this
Imagine you
up.
walk into that classroom. That's you're
It was
thinking,
only
what
football.
is
Only
going on
football.
here?
Nah, I saw fam, my school, we was playing pound up with some of the white boys over there.
Yeah, no, that-
Yeah, we're not
what
saying
I'm
we're not cool with them, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to like
That was
make
the only
teams. You
time.
feel me?
That
Just
is
to make
a
teams.
madness.
Quick making
But then at the
teams.
same time, all these things that we do, is it right? You feel me?
No, subconsciously, it's messed up.
Is it right?
mad.
Because
Messed
even,
up.
yeah,
It's messed up.
even like flipping. Back in the day, we had some guy Ronald in my school, yeah, in Sedgehill. And obviously he's dark skin, innit? Man, start calling him blacks.
Everybody had a black.
You feel
Everybody
me?
had a black.
No, but I'm saying
But
like,
that's what.
But it shouldn't. Everybody had like a darks or blacks.
And the darts, blacks, Blick was
Blick
one.
yeah.
Blick was cold, man. You can't.
but yeah, bruv, like fam,
Now he's
I
just
got,
Nah.
bro, I got called Blick,
Fam.
and fam, do you know what's mad?
I got that a couple times.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, when I realized it, yeah. Remember Jordan from Sedge, the older with the dreads.
Jordan sounds like a
all the-
light
Got
skinned
steps.
nigga
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
That nigga sounds like
Obviously
a
he's
light
dark skinned, innit?
no.
And then one time,
That's a light skinned nigga name.
and we was all chatting one time, yeah. We was all chatting about like future when we like have kids and blah blah blah, yeah. And then he came
Oh,
up.
Jordan with the dreads.
Yeah, he came up here. He's like,
He's
what you think I'm going with a black
I was
thing,
there when he said it. I was there when he said
No.
it.
Is that what he said?
bro? Let me tell you, is that what you think I'm gonna
He
go
said
with
it
a
in
black
jokey
thing,
way, but that's the
That's
thing.
that's brainwashing.
bro?
Brainwashing.
Have you seen my skin color, bro? My children will come out midnight.
But this is colorism, bro.
When we said that, yeah,
That's colour and that's education. What's wrong with this nigga, fam?
bro.
We laugh.
No, but back then we laughed because we're thinking, fam. I laugh as in like, yo, you are dark, but bro,
You are dark.
It don't work like that.
How you gonna say
It's
that?
funny. You can laugh at these things, but you deep it. You do like most jokes. The funniest jokes come from somewhere dark.
There's
Yeah,
something-
100%.
yeah.
That's wild.
If you're not laughing,
But
No
then
pun
you're crying.
intended. No pun intended. Not like that. But yeah.
No, yeah, no, it's true. There is something.
nasty.
You lot are bad
There's a
man,
true
though. You
meaning.
can't call him blacks.
No, but everybody had a blacks.
No, it's
Everybody
true.
had a black.
But like,
And
you know
they-
what I'm saying? Like, it's one
Grown
of those
up,
things.
yeah,
I
they
think these are
embrace it
some of the
and
things.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have to like. Though we might see it and there's not a problem,
We need to
we have
rewind
to
that, bro.
we have
Yeah,
to
no, you-
consciously make the effort
To unlearn that.
to unlearn it. You feel me?
But you know what's funny and the positive about it, yeah. So I was chatting to one of my guys, yeah. If I used to work with in it, so
Yeah.
basically he was chilling with his with one of his guys and their little brother in it, and basically they was at he was at their yard in it. So the little brother had a friend over in it, and it was just cuss each other out. And then obviously he said, "Oh yeah, but you're dark, you're blick, fam."
You said that the white guy.
No, I didn't say no white guy.
No,
bro.
how? Pal, you didn't me else.
Man's ready for the smoke.
Yeah.
The white guy. There is no white
Where
guy.
is
bro.
he? Where is he?
I said, "Gee, relax." They were
No,
both
because
black
I was
kids.
daydreaming, and then when you're saying something and it goes in my head,
Yeah.
I catch it
I
at the
just
wrong.
heard what he wanted to hear.
Yeah, I just caught.
Blick. No,
Yeah,
no, I can't say that.
Blick, what? He's white, and he said what?
I was like, I didn't say the race.
Go on.
No,
Rewind,
what's it
fam.
called? Donnie basically, the little brother said that they were having fun jokes in it, and the little brother said that to the boy in it.
Yeah.
So obviously the big brother was like, "Don't say that." And then obviously my friend now, he's like, "Oh, bro, like they might just bantering." Those like, "Yeah, but we're not saying that." Bro.
Right, it's not
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the older generation will lead because obviously now we've understood. We're woke. We didn't have these conversations back in the day.
Yeah.
We didn't have nobody tell
That's
us
how.
they shouldn't be saying that shit. Colorism is off.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't you think that's how to? Because again, humor is like an escape sometimes.
It is.
Sometimes that's the
From the
only
pain,
way
from
to
the pain.
deal with an issue. You feel me? Especially like all these comedians. Like some of them had really tough
Madness.
life childhood.
Upbringing.
Prime
Even
example.
bro, Kevin Hart, fam. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
thinking, like, yeah, all these jokes he's saying is serious. But I've read his book here, and bro,
Yeah, stories about his dad.
Yeah.
fam, they were deep, bro.
Yeah. Feel it.
They were deep.
Come from a
You
struggle
feel me?
still.
Yeah.
And bro, like sometimes certain things happen to certain people, and the only way they can react to something is by laughter. Because like,
Laughing it off.
if they don't, it's
Then
gonna,
it's gonna-
it's
they're
gonna
gonna
mess
go
them up, bro.
psycho.
That's why for me, yeah, when I like, even the character, the Joker, yeah, is like when you can analyze the Joker as a character, yeah, on a deep level, you're thinking, bro, like. There's a lot of jokers out here. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a joker. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of real life jokers
Yeah.
out here that the only way to deal with the pain that they've experienced in the past
Yeah.
is through humor,
Exactly.
which is sad. Is it sad because maybe that's the only thing that's keeping them sane?
I
But
think it's the only thing that's
is-
keeping them alive.
It is sad sometimes. You get me?
It's like a beautiful curse almost.
It is because in a way, it's like if you can still use that later on down the future to then benefit how you live your way of life, I'd rather you do that because let's be real, yeah. If it's not that, you're gonna go. If you're not doing right, then you're gonna go left. And left is more times suicide.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I'm not saying for any race, but I'm saying predominantly for our race, there's still our people are naturally born to still find a way to prevail. We are strong. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Suicide rates are high and they're serious. But if you look in your research, what are the demographics for it? You know, I'd rather
It's not
you.
black people.
Yeah,
Just
it's a lower amongst black people.
It's lower
I would
because-
assume so,
But
still.
then at the same
It's
time,
high in males,
would you
but it's lower for us.
Would you say is a cultural thing? Because if you take your typical suicide issue to like a black family, like, what you talk about, right?
Mental health in the black
fix
community.
up, man.
Because we're
Mental
strong,
health in the
bro.
black
I
community.
know, but
is
it's
non-existent.
expected.
It's a mad thing,
It's
yeah.
expected to us, for us.
Yeah.
You feel me? But then if I
Because we've been through worse.
100%. But then if you're your typical white family and the sons talk about racism, oh my gosh, we need help. Hey, don't feel like this, blah blah
Exactly.
blah.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's treated differently. Whereas like in amongst black people, that's sort of looked at as like a taboo until recently
is.
when people started talking about mental health.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But can I say something? Even now, our older generation still doesn't know. But because what they get fed through either their WhatsApp
But
or the news,
that's only gonna last. You know, for me, yeah, sometimes the way I feel is some things need to be tolerated because they're not gonna last. There's
Wait,
something.
what- wait, what
there's-
What do you mean by that?
There's
Go on.
some. So for example, when you said that amongst the older generations,
Yeah.
sometimes, bro, like the fight we trying to have against our parents' mindset and the way they think is a certain thing, that's a waste of energy, bro. Because the important thing is we don't think like that, and the important thing is that
Yeah.
we teach ourselves not to think like that. You feel me? Because, bro, the age of our average parents, like let's say 40, 50, yeah. They've lived 50 years of their life, thinking that way, bro.
So
They're
who
not.
are you
Who are you
to
to now go
convince
and
me
undo all of
after I've done
that
this?
thing? You
I've
feel
always
me?
said that. I've always said that,
100%.
bro.
So we're not saying, if your parents doing something that's wrong, accept it. But we're saying like use your energy wisely against that. You
Yeah.
get me? Because there's a bigger battle to be
Yeah,
fought
just
ahead.
ignore that.
You can-
That-
just make sure that their wrongdoings ain't gonna be your wrongdoings in the future.
And part of their, obviously, we come from, well, my mum's not immigrant, but my grandparents are immigrants, and all our grandparents are immigrants.
Yeah.
So that way of, I've come here for a better life.
I didn't like that
No, wait,
assumption right there.
but no one from ethnic background, grandparents
Hey.
are born
yeah,
here.
but they were.
You don't-
They weren't born here.
That's a fact.
You don't know that.
Maybe your mum, I know that. I know that. London, there's no ethnic.
I mean, you're
minority.
right, but still.
But what I was gonna say, like, like coming here.